I've got a bit of a drop here. And there's a big upper level up there. I don't think I fancy my chances of that landing on my head. We're going to do something a little bit different in this video. I purchased old miner's lamp off eBay. We're going to sand all this casing down, remove the old lead acid battery, put a USB-C charging board in there, some 18650 batteries, a boost converter, a switch, possibly an indicator light, and then we'll power the original 6-volt lamps that are in here with this instead of the old lead acid battery. And then once we've done all that, we're actually going to take it down a real mine and test it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is just remove this cover. And it looks like the battery was last changed in 1996, 23rd of December 1996 to be exact. That's the old lead acid battery there, 6-volt, 1.2 amp hours. So we'll remove all this. We'll take the housing over to the workshop. We'll give it all a sand out, and then we'll repaint it. I've built the battery pack. I've soldered the 3 Milwaukee battery cells together. I've just got a positive coming off there. I've tagged the negative wire on, and I've tagged it to the charge controller board, which is a USB-C. So that should fit in there just nicely, and we should just be able to charge the unit via this little slit there that I've made. I've got the original 1 amp fuse, which I'm going to solder on and then put some tape round, so I've got a bit of protection for the batteries. I'm not sure whether this controller's got protection. I mean, I would assume it has, but you know, just to be safe. I've got the boost circuit here, and what that's going to do is, because the battery's only giving out at the maximum 4.2 volts and we need 6 volts, it's going to boost the voltage up to the required voltage. You can adjust it with the little potentiometer screw there. I mean, I'm not sure what it goes up to, but when I tried it, it was giving out 12 volts. So I've turned it down just to 6, so because that's the voltage we need. I've put a little toggle switch there, because the problem we've got is the original, the way this worked, the battery was connected all the time, and the lamp was turned on and off via this switch here, just in the head of it. Now, we could leave it like that, but the problem is the boost circuit will be running continuously, even when the lamp's switched off, and it would eventually drain the battery down. So what I've done is put this switch here, so we can switch off the boost circuit, which in other turn switch the lamp off as well. And I've got a little indicator light there, so we know obviously that the boost circuit's on, or that it's switched off. Right, then we'll start soldering things together then. We'll put this wire through into the junction box here, or control box, whichever you want to call it. I've changed the original strain relief thing on here, because the original one I didn't think was very good, so we'll put a slightly better one there on there. So let's try and untangle these wires. Right, so we want the voltage out, we want the negative and the positive wires, and we also want the LED indicator wires to go onto the same terminals. So I think I'll solder the LED wires on first. I'll just wait for the solder iron to heat up a sec. And we'll do the same with the negative wire. And then the ones going to the main lamp, we'll just solder those ones on too. And then we'll have to look at the switch wires next, I think. Right, so that's the boost circuit soldered on. I need a negative wire going to this, which will be coming from the charge circuit. So I'll just solder that on. And the wire coming from the switch. I can get it kind of lined up here. And I'll probably secure that with a couple of these sticky pads somewhere in the enclosure. About there should do. Right, I've already put some sticky pads on the battery. So the idea is the battery will probably go somewhere around about there. Should just fit nice, and the charge controller circuit should just go in about there. I think we'll put the charge controller, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll wire those output wires from the charge controller first. And that's the positive on. That's the negative. And we'll put this in place first. And then we'll try and fit the battery after that. So that should go like that. And hopefully there's enough space to fit the battery. Get that wire on top. Yeah, that should be alright. I'll just take these sticky pads off, or the covers off them, or the tape off them rather. Try and keep them wires out of the way. hopefully that should sit like that. And the only other thing we've got left to do is to just couple up the fuse and put some tape around it. So I shall just solder this wire on. And it looks like the boost circuit's working. So let's put some tape around this fuse. No, didn't think that through very well, did I? Because now the fuse is in the way of the battery. Right, I think that should do. Right, boost circuit's on. Let's see if the lamp lights up. And no. I think it must be drawing more than an amp. I think it's blowing the fuse. Yep. Right, I've changed the fuse for a 2.5 amp fuse now then, because I've just found one lying around on an old circuit board, so I think that'll do. Right, that's the boost converter on now, and we'll try the lamp. And there's like low beam, and there's high beam. Right, so I think we'll tape that up. I'll switch that off a sec. I'll just tape this up, put it to one side, and then put the top back on again. And hopefully we can get this in. Yeah. So it's charging at, well, it's drawn 0.3 of an amp, or a third of an amp, or 300 milliamps, whichever you want to look at, or 310 milliamps rather. So yeah, it's charging up as well. I think these batteries are pretty much fully charged anyway, so. Right, so that works. So okay then, I think pretty much ready to rock and roll then. Right. Right, so that's all the electronics and repair side of things done. The next thing is to try it out in a real mine, and we'll see exactly what these lamps were like for the people that used to work with them. Right, we're just entering an abandoned lead mine, so we can test out this miner's lamp. So, right, off we go.
Miner's lamp.
And we'll come up to the first door here. You can see some remains of the train tracks there that used to run through here. The beeping you can hear is the air detectors that we've got just to check the air quality, make sure that everything's okay. There's a little room to the left here. And this thing here, this is a little drinking fountain for the pit ponies that used to haul the mine carts through here. Some more interesting supports. Yeah, joining us on this mine trip today, we've got Andy and we've got Nathan. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys. I'm just going to trick that right down me now.
And this is some strengthening work that they did to the tunnel here. They put some strengthening in to try and shore it up. You can see some sandbags and that here. And this is where it starts getting a bit more drier now. See some of the train tracks. And this train track went to the left and it went to the right. And I think it went straight ahead originally as well. Now, this is where we open up into a bit of a cavern. And over here, you can see a bit of the old mine machinery there. And we've got a big sump where all the water goes down there. Now I've got some of the old mine stuff here. There's a bit of railway line there that somebody was using to get across to this hole here. And we've got some, looks like a big pulley there and a couple of hoops that hold the railway line in by the look of it. And that's the big sump I was just talking about there. A bit closer to that. And it also goes up there as well. Up to another level. We've got some railway lines going around the corner there. They seem quite intact. There's a rather precarious looking rock there on this part where we're going to go. I don't think I fancy my chances of that landing on my head. Right, so here we are in one of the big expanses. Now these were called flats. This is where all mine or lead ore was mined out here. The lead ore was called galena. And this is one of the big expanses here. And it goes up to about 3 different levels. Somebody's actually put a climbing rope up there, up just there. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, there's a climbing rope there. And a bit where you can traverse across. But there's an easier way to get up there, so we might have a look up there in a minute. Oh yeah. So here is one of the drill holes that the miners would have drilled to set the charge. And obviously they must have changed their mind on this one. You can maybe see in there a bit. So this is what the miners were after here. This stuff here, I don't know if you can see it properly with the glare of the torch, but that's the lead ore there, and that's called galena. And that's what the miners were after. Right, so let's film this miner's lamp. Well, we've got the light on, and literally I can see a little dull glow, but I don't even think the iPhone's picking it up. We'll just try shining it on the ground here. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of a dull glow there, but when I lift it up, you literally can't see anything. That's on the low beam. We shall try it on the high beam now. And this is the high beam now, which is a little bit brighter. You can see a little bit of a light spot there. I'll shine it on the ground there. You can see a little bit. And this is the bit. This is the big cavern that we're just in. You can see a little tiny spot in the distance. So yeah, not great. Now we'll just compare that to the head torch that I've got, which is just a Cree head torch there. I'll just turn that up. So this is my Cree head torch there, which does a much better job. So I bet they wish they had something like this back in the day. So that's the Cree head torch. Next I'll try the M12 spotlight that I repaired. So we'll just turn that off. So that's the M12 spotlight, which is obviously more of a spot than a floodlight. So that's what the M12 spotlight looks like. And now we'll try this big bad boy. This is the big M18 spotlight that I repaired. And as you can see, it does quite a good job of lighting this place up. Yeah, probably about 10,000 more times more powerful than the miner's lamp. And next I'll try the original M18 spotlight that I first repaired. So this is the original M18 spotlight that I repaired, a floodlight. So we'll see how that one fares up. I'll just try tilting it to the left a bit, see if we can. Yeah, it's lighting a bit up, but it's definitely not as good as that big one. As you can see, you can still see the top of the top level there. I've got a bit of a drop here going down there. Now I'm just going to pick up my other light and head this way because we've just found an old wheelbarrow. Just over here, an old wooden wheelbarrow there. So that's what they would have used back in the day to shift the ore around. That's just the remains of it. And here we've got an old set of ladders. Old set of wooden ladders there. Probably quite an age. A bit rotted at the bottom there, but those would have been used to get up to here at some point. If you can see right away up there, and there's a big upper level up there. Yeah, he goes up a long way there. Looks like we've got some compressed air pipes here, and it looks like there's a one comes down from way down there. It's a bit hard to see, but we'll see if we can. Yeah. So the pipe goes all the way down there for some reason. Must have been for supplying air down to some lower levels. And you've heard the old saying, light at the end of the tunnel. So that's it. That's testing an old miner's lamp in a abandoned lead mine. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day. Thanks for watching.